Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ. And up next, we have Drake's legal team successfully subpoenaing the infamous Kojo, who is named as a witness in his lawsuit against UMG, who is alleged to have bought it for Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. An extremely rare W, according to the cult of the Ovihoites. But, guys, honestly, simmer down. This is normal protocol for trying to summon witnesses that cannot be located. And the rumors of where this guy actually is hilarious. Everywhere from Ghana all the way to some Caribbean island with a pina colada. But when victories are in short supply, people will find any reason to celebrate, including something as simple as this. But my biggest question since Drake cemented himself as hip hop's biggest Karen, will this actually come to bite him in the ass later on? The validity of this is obviously still in question. We all remember that axe stream that was quickly debunked and honestly made a mockery of the whole situation. But Drake's team allegedly spent over 75K in their unsuccessful quest to try to serve this guy. So while this subpoena is obviously technically a W, you still gotta find the dude. He still hasn't been located. And as far as all these botting accusations, I don't understand how Drake, who has been in the industry for this long, doesn't understand that this is common practice and allegedly he has benefited from the very same tactics. So the stench of hypocrisy is immense. And if you guys don't remember, not too long ago, he did withdraw his petition against Spotify, which honestly just seems like the case was either too weak or Drake and his team realized that the last thing you want to do is be at odds with probably the biggest DSP out there, because it's going to be very hard to thrive on any DSP if they start deplaylisting your music. And for those of you that don't know, playlisting is like the new radio station. Honestly, these artists are getting like 70 to 75% of their streams just by being on the right playlist in the right order. And we all saw it in real time all those years ago when Spotify was deplaylisting people and they saw massive drops in streaming. You could basically almost guarantee a gold record just by being in the top 10 of a playlist like Rap Caviar. But this still can get very dicey for all those involved. This could definitely be major. We've seen people get subpoenaed and actually do more harm to the case than good. Time will tell, but definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. But like I said in previous videos, the can of worms has already been opened. You cannot close Pandora's box once it's open. And if you truly think UMG is just going to sit by while Drake is trying to expose all these practices that they allege that he's done himself, you'd probably be a little crazy. And they've already stated that in their initial response to the whole lawsuit. They said that Drake has been using these very same tactics on his very petty beefs. And those were their words. But I could also see a scenario where they do settle, even if they know Drake has done wrong, just as a means to withhold anything that could possibly lead to like the industry being exposed. I've been signed for over 5 years now, and I've been in the industry even before that. And I'll tell you right now that this is pretty commonplace. And there's even more tactics. Even before streaming was a thing, people would actually allocate money to buy records first week to also jump up first week sales. So this is not a new thing. But if Drake truly forces their hand and the gloves come off, who knows? Because if anyone is going to have any type of information of Drake doing anything shady, it's probably going to be the label that has been behind his success. And if the allegations that Drake have used these tactics are true, then he truly deserves the moniker Lawbry and the title of hip hop's biggest Karen. Regardless of the outcome, the ramifications are going to be great. But regardless of who wins, honestly, at the end of the day, Drake's reputation is still going to be tarnished. People are still going to look at him a certain way because this is so Karen like. You may be trying to claim that you're doing this for the smaller artists, for the indie artists, but honestly, they're not going to get any benefit from this. Because if you do stop all these practices, honestly, it's going to make their lives and artistic careers a lot harder. But enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into some of these comments, because I definitely know they're going to range from utterly hilarious to extremely unhinged. If he wins, it's going to be severe changes. But again, it's not like payola hasn't been a thing since the beginning of entertainment. This is dragging. Everyone needs to stop dodging subpoenas and just let it go to court. Whoever is truly innocent will be fine. Guys, this happens in literally every case. Don't let this distract you from the fact that Kendrick lyrically dog walked this bum. And at the end of the day, I feel like that's the biggest thing. You can put all the money you want behind an artist, but if the public isn't relating to them, if the public isn't connecting, if they're not rocking with them, it's just going to be money thrown in the trash at that point. Because you can fake streams, but you can't fake impact. You can't fake the 40 to 70,000 plus people in a stadium rocking out singing every song word for word. And not just Not Like Us, but literally every song in his 53 song set. So the narrative that Kendrick Lamar is only getting attention because he's being artificially inflated, you'd be totally ignoring the already Hall of Fame career that he's already had. Kendrick is about to go homeless, and you, sir, are a buffoon. At the end of the day, Kendrick Lamar is not actually being sued. This lawsuit is against UMG because if Drake and his legal team did want to slap a lawsuit on Kendrick, Kendrick Lamar and his team can go and say that Drake did the very same thing and that he was defamed and a host of other things. Those Iceman records are literally fading as soon as they're put up. Drake's lawsuit has no merit. And just because someone is subpoenaed doesn't automatically make the lawsuit have merit. At the end of the day, this is just protocol, guys. But I'll definitely say this: the judge is no dummy. They also understand that Drake was a willing participant and had a very big role in all this. I feel like hip hop heads lack the necessary education to understand what Drake is doing for hip hop. Is it going to change the landscape of things? Most definitely. If he wins, it definitely will. And if he is successful, they will one day acknowledge his efforts, regardless of how they think about him as a person or an artist. And that may be the case, but honestly, for me, the only reason he's even filing this was because of what happened over the past year. Would he actually be doing this if he wasn't in the position he is and he was still thriving how he once was? I think that's the biggest question, but definitely let me know what you guys think. A win for hip hop? Like, fam, relax. Somebody got subpoenaed. OVO and 6. And honestly, it hasn't been the greatest year for Young Money artists and affiliates. Ain't that the dude that was on Axe Stream? Twitter caught dude in lies already. Yeah, and like I said earlier, that dude was debunked as quickly as he went on that stream. But I don't think that's the Kojo dude. Definitely let me know if I'm wrong, though. We need to serve Kojo. That's subpoena by any means. Recesses can't hide forever. And theoretically, the dude could hide out long enough where the lawsuit starts and he's just not there. Kendrick charging double for double the bots. And that's also a rumor that has been debunked. If anything, Drake and other artists were shown to have streams removed. I want to say they actually fact checked this, and Kendrick's streams have not changed. Drake keeps falling further and further. And yeah, man, he's literally falling down an up escalator in slow motion. Drake, you still a PDF, crying and suing. Kendrick trash about to lose half his streams once this lawsuit goes through. I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think people realize Spotify doesn't gain anything by having to pay out people for fake streams. And now more than ever, they are so diligent in making sure they take down those fake streams. So if there were anything, so I do believe if there were any type of botted streams, they would have been taken off. Uh-oh, Kendrick Lamar, you got some explaining to do. But fam, this imagery can mean a lot of things. And that Pinocchio chasing after Drake in the streams might just be minors chasing after Geppetto. And we all know the metaphor that Geppetto has become as of late. Very, very PDF-like, allegedly. Brain Dead Drake fans read this shit and actually think this means something. Again, just regular protocol, guys. I agree with this guy. Why did Drake's team drop the Spotify case if there's proof of bots? Seems like an easy bag, but I might be missing something. Again, it might just be that he doesn't want to piss off probably one of the biggest DSPs, but that also creates a huge hole in your case when you're trying to prove bots. If you've already agreed that Spotify had nothing to do with botting and that they weren't coordinating with UMG, something that you were stating before, which is the reason why they were even petitioned in the first place. The darker truths will come to light. Can't run forever. I thought there was no botting on Not Like Us, and that part of the case was dropped. Fam, at the end of the day, the legal team is going to try to do whatever and try to grasp at any straws to try to get anything possibly incriminating towards UMG. Until we see actual evidence, we can't really say much. Coming to sue us all. This is dope, man. AI can be used for good. Huge win for Drake. And fam, if you think this is a huge win, then it has been a really rough year. Bro trying to sue any shape, way, or form, and he gonna lose. K-Bot's reign of terror is over. Fam, have you guys seen that stadium tour? If there are any bots around, it's the cult of the OVOites who have mastered the art of arguing without needing any facts. And like I said before, guys, you can't use reason with a person that didn't use reason to get to their position. LOL, Drake better win because he's stretching out Not Like Us relevancy the longer this case takes. And yeah, fam, if it wasn't for some technicalities, that song would still be on the Hot 100 right now. Every time he does something like this or his legal team does something like this, the surge in streams is astronomical. I'm talking about 400% plus. Even as Kendrick got 1 million views, I knew this shit was botted. Bam. Kendrick Lamar is one of the most premier acts that there is. Him doing 1 million views is nothing. Take your L, dog. It's over. What is he trying to prove again? I forgot. It's a bop and he lost. Get over it. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's going to be really hard to claim that this was artificial when we are seeing the impact in real time. Not just on social media, not just on the internet, but outside. Even if Kojo goes to court, he can plead the fifth Drake stance, LMAO. Drake is relying on a UMG employee to snitch on the people that write his checks. And great point. Even if he was doing something, he wouldn't incriminate himself. Ultimate delusion of grandeur, LMAO. Iceman is done. Yeah, guys, the heat wave has definitely gotten to him. But Mans has nightmares over the boogeyman. And most definitely, guys, Kendrick Lamar is living rent-free in Drake's head. So if this goes through and they find nothing, what then? Then nothing happens. This case gets even weaker. Drake is the original botter. He stopped using them. Now his numbers are going down drastically. Every new song flops the second week. And those allegations of his music being artificially inflated have been around for quite some time. And the cult of the Ovihoites have to have some weak short term memories because God's Plan had tons of that talk. And Back to Back allegedly did the same thing, which was another diss, and if true, would confirm everything UMG is saying that the guy's doing the very same things in his petty beefs. Allegedly. Drake is definitely winning. Nobody listens to Kendrick Lamar. Then those 8 billion streams must be lies. And I'm telling you guys, this guy is right, man. AI is getting really good. Those stadiums are full with AI bots, man. Euphoria is the better diss, anyways. Oh, man, I definitely love Euphoria. The damage is done already, and the damage has definitely been done. At the end of the day, even if Drake wins, he is now hip hop's biggest Karen. Yeah, he might get the bag, but at the end of the day, was it worth losing all your integrity? Tell Lil Boy to drop. And that's going to be probably one of the biggest factors, the fact that Drake was egging the whole situation on. You can't go and be the biggest instigator, be the first one that throws mud, and as soon as you get dirty, go and cry foul. This is so hypocritical. Could have just took your L gracefully, and your reputation would have been in a way better place. But definitely let me know what you guys think. But for me at this point, this is still kind of an L because you spent like 75K in trying to get this person served. And even with this subpoena being filed, you still have to go and locate the dude. So that's going to be the biggest factor when it comes to all this. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button. Do you guys think that Kojo is going to be the nuke that Drake and his team need to win all this? Or do you guys think this is just another failed attempt at trying to drum up something that probably isn't there? It would not shock me if any of these artists use bots. At the end of the day, it's not the artist doing it, it's the business behind it. These people aren't going to leave anything to chance. But Drake can't go and cry wolf when he has faced these allegations for over 10 years himself. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me, and all the love and support that you guys continue to show this channel on a daily is honestly overwhelming and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I really want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. Guys, I do want to send a big shout out to all those that have been joining the YouTube memberships. Small way to support the channel, but definitely goes a very long way in helping out. And also a very big thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks. The last 28 days have been record setting when it comes to super thanks. So again, guys, it helps tremendously. I am so grateful for all of it. I'm definitely looking forward to your take on this. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And now that Pandora's box is open, honestly, Drake has just as much to lose as UMG. And Drake nor his team is probably ever going to try to sue Kendrick. Directly, anyway.